Alright, welcome to Data C. Ladies and gentlemen, top right-hand corner playing for Team NV. He, of course, is your blue Protoss. His name is Creator. Ooh, I don't have the invert on. My settings are slightly different on the Korean server. How interesting. Bottom left-hand corner, Shopify Rebellion, and of course, is the one and only Byun. And I'm expecting some unbelievable things out of this map, obviously. It is kind of par for the course. Byun, as I mentioned, does have some pretty insane TVP. Right now his win rate above 70%. Last 10 or so he has won. That is unfortunate. The crab sees it, but Creator will not. He's just going across the map. He will know that there is no barracks in the base, obviously, so it's not that bad for him. I really don't think that Creator's gonna not react appropriately. He should scout the whole main C. Oh, there's no barracks. Even if this is just hidden like very, very close to the main base, still play it safe. I feel like that should be the general response here. It's going to be a Reaper out from Byun. The barracks is proxied just a little bit closer. I mean, hey, it means that you might be able to get a probe here, especially if Creator is not able to scout it. Music is way louder. Thank you. That is good to know. But yeah, this is definitely a situation where Byun can definitely find some damage. A Zealot is out, and the Zealot is a, kind of a stopgate that sometimes works. It sometimes works. It's not the best. The Reaper, of course, can just micro around the Zealot, but the Stalker will be out soon. We'll see how much damage this Reaper can actually get done. The Zealot is just going to try and close off as many angles as possible, stop the Reaper from firing on the probes. It's not working so far. One probe getting low, but Creator so far, good job with the micro. He's going to lose the one probe. Stalker is now out. Reaper has to back up, and hey, you got a probe. I think that's just about as much damage as you could probably hope for as Byun, and that's probably what you're looking for. He's floating the barracks back at this point. And overall, I don't think this opening really hurts anyone that much. Obviously, had Creator had a larger response or had Byun found more workers, then it could have maybe swung the game quite drastically, but that's not the case. That is not the case. As now the Reaper will just be able to deny the scout of this probe, although it should be able to get up and at least... Ooh, I don't think it saw the factory. But Byun's just doing regular stuff. This is factory before command center, then into the starport. Byun has been doing this. I mean, he always does this. It seems like his TVP build is very much focused on, alright, I'm going to be safe. I'm going to do what I'm comfortable with. Get out units so that I can defend any pressure. And then I'm confident in my macro and my timings after that to be able to, maneuver this game into the win, and actually now might be able to catch out an Adept. Adept does a lot of damage to that Hellion, man. That is not fair. But we will see. I think Creator is going to poke here. He has Stalker, has an Adept. It's not quite enough to poke up. Obviously, with the Adept Shade, you can get vision. But for now, Creator is just going to try and set up a little bit of a mini contain, try and keep Byun back in his base, and these Hellions trying to get out actually are not going to be too successful. Again, a lot of damage from that Adept. Ooh, not going to be able to snipe the Zealot. Oh my, this is getting messy, but Byun takes out the Adept, takes out the Zealot, now pulling away the SCVs, KD8 charge to try and keep this Stalker close by, and I think the Hellions should just be able to chase it down. Overall, Byun, very nicely done. Cleans up just about everything there, and now he's going to have a Banshee and some Hellions going across the map. Obviously, initially, having those 4 Hellions and the Reaper would have been nice for this double-pronged pressure, where, you do get to... Well, no more Hellions. But where you do get to, obviously, have the Banshee go into maybe the main or the natural, and then your Hellions also find their way in, and everything's like super nice, and you find a lot of damage. Obviously not how it's going to work out here, as the Phoenix are going to find their way across the map. Unfortunately for them, the Banshee is also across the map, so they're not really going to find that much success. They pick off one SCV, and then the Banshee's just going to cloak up here, and it's going to force out a lot of energy, as it should be able to eventually knock down these probes even through the shield battery heal. And so, I mean, Byun, this is just about as much damage as you could have hoped for with the Banshee. Orca will come out. Gets it on the probe though, just for vengeance, just for spite and fury. As oh my god, another one. Oh, okay, revelation. I was gonna say that the second one not successful, gets about half as many workers, only 3 going down, but still 9 probes falling. Pretty successful there for Byun overall. It's a worthwhile use of investment, or investment of resources. Sheesh. And behind this, obviously, Byun has been unperturbed. Back at home, you have, what, SCVs, mining, second base is up, fully saturated at this point, 44 workers for Byun. It does look like he's going to probably stop the worker production for now. He's working on 3 racks, is actually getting up his missile turrets in order to help defend against these air units that might try and fly in. Stim combat shields at +1. Yeah, it's, I mean, right now, Byun is just kind of gearing up for this, what is eventually going to be a very, very strong timing attack. Has, what, 2 tanks? Just 1 tank with it. As now getting Widow Mines on out. Of course, those will help against Stalkers, should they decide they want to blink on top of the tank. You can also help against charge lots if Crater goes that route immediately. And Crater actually pushing here. I'm not sure about this. I mean, the tank is out of position, so it's going to get lifted up. But there you see the Widow Mines get a lot of damage onto those Phoenix, and now they're all low. Creator, I don't think he can push this. Byun just going to walk forward with his Marines. Even without Stim, their DPS is high enough. And yeah, that was not the attack that Creator was looking for. He didn't really have any upgrades. He didn't really have anything else available for him to use. There was no charge, there was no blink. It was just kind of Phoenix. Phoenix and a few Stalkers walking up and saying, all right, let's see what we can do. This was not much. No, Byun handled that well. The Widow Mines were brought in a nice spot. And now Byun's going to look to push on out. The Phoenix trying to dive into that Widow, or into the mineral line in the main, but there are missile turrets. Crater just grouping up around that gas geyser. Picks on 4 SCVs or so. See, yeah, doesn't go for any more. And now we have the push. Charge isn't ready. This is really dangerous here for Creator. Not having that charge, the Zealots are just going to be useless against these Stim Marines. As here we go, pushing forward. Widow Mines are going to burrow. Immediately, one Phoenix is already going down. Zealots are getting low. 2 medevacs with this. Yeah, of course, stimming forward. Another lock-on onto a Phoenix. So far, handling this very well. Charge, though, is finishing up. Creator buying enough time here with this split army. It's a dangerous minefield, but it looks like Creator is going to go for the Widow Mine drag with those Phoenix. Wants to try and time this up perfectly. As Zealot's going on in. Shots. Gonna hit a lot of the Marines, actually. Now the charge is finished. The baits. Very, very well done by Creator. Limiting the splash damage. Doesn't peel away the right Zealot there, but it's enough that he's able to clear up the minefield. He's able to force Byun out of that position. As Byun has finally placed down his 3rd command center. Had that building in his main behind all of this. His +1 starts up. Concussive shell as well. Creator holding on nicely. Even has a gateway set up here for additional warpins. Is going to be getting that going, so he's going to have a lot of Zealots coming through very, very quickly. And the Widow Mine count, I mean, that being reduced already has not had time to be replenished. There's only right now, I think, 2 out on the map, 2 to 4 out on the map, which against a massive charge Zealots is not a comfortable position for Byun. That splash damage is obviously really important. That one Marine is going to... It's still going. He gets 2... Actually gets 2 probes. It's pretty nice. Creator there was long distance binding from what's going to eventually be his 4th position. As here we go. Just straight up the ramp. No, pulls away. Says maybe not. As Widow Mine shots clean up a lot of the Zealots. But all of them have been used. No more Widow Mines left. Byun has added on a lot of Marauders. Has added on, I mean, a lot of choke points here. Look at this supply depot set up so his army can retreat on into them so Zealots can't get good surface area. And you see Creator, he doesn't want to go into this position. He doesn't want to fight around these supply depots with pickups coming through onto the Marauders. As, I mean, a lot of the Zealots are getting cleaned out, though. The SCVs were pulled, 10 of them go down. But you clean up so much army in exchange for that. Now there's a Ghost out. Now there's an EMP available. Byun's just going to try and chase this down, whereas the EMP is onto the Phoenixes. Marines have to pull back. The Marauders aren't frontlining, and they're going to be able to do so. As Byun is just winning this fight in Creator. He's just going to tap out. GG. No more proxy nonsense. No barracks across the map. Creator. He's going to still scat out for proxies, but obviously not going to find any. Waterfall, very small map. Obviously it is the map that you'd probably look at and say, oh, someone's gonna cheese me here, you know. It's Waterfall. Of course they will. But no, not Byun. He says, listen, this is a small map, so guess what works well on it? Timing attacks too. That's what I'm so good at. And we're like, oh yeah, you are very, very good at that. Byun. We know. Just taking a look here at the waterfalls, they're beautiful. They're so nice. I love the aesthetics of this map. Just look at it. Look at it. It's so nice. Yeah, here we are. Welcome. Game number 2, Byun. I mean, I wouldn't say that game 1 was a complete stomp either way. Like, it wasn't Byun completely dominating. It wasn't Creator just kind of falling apart. I think Creator had a very specific idea in mind there, which was, all right, I just cleaned up this push. I killed off all the Widow Mines. I'm going to commit to this 3-base charge, lot pressure. I have 8 gates. Let's go. And just, unfortunately for him, Byun was very ready for that. Byun had his Widow Mines set up again that were coming out. Had that Sim City set up at the 3rd especially, which allowed him to kite back so well. As oh. But yeah. Oh my. We're back. God damn it, he knew. He always 3, 2, 1 so fast. I can't keep up. Obviously, Inu, our wonderful Korean caster over at twitch.tv/IntoTheClanCom, is also the admin. Obviously, all the love and wonderful shout out to him because he makes all this possible. Really, really awesome dude. So yeah, give him love whenever you see him. But yeah, here we are, and the probes at the gas guys are just in range. Dang. Okay, Creator. Just in range there of that that shield battery means that Reaper not going to be able to find too much damage. The Adept just goes across the map. We're going to see Stargate once again here for Creator. Is he going to commit to the Phoenix, or will it just be the Oracle? We'll see. We'll see. That's obviously personal preference for Creator at the current moment. Does he feel comfortable and confident? Is Creator going to try and do it? Is he going to do it? I don't think he's going to. Reaper was just getting a bit of scouting information there. I do believe Byun didn't see the Stargate, but honestly the lack of any other tech being placed probably gives him a pretty good idea, and actually the Reaper is going to get a more thorough scout now. Goes around the entire natural, sees the Stargate there, just going to try and delay a little bit of mining, as he now knows that it is going to be Oracles, and Widow Mines are going to be moved appropriately. This was initially, I think, going to be somewhat of a 2 Widow Mine drop here for Byun. There we go. Actually, he's not even going to leave them at home. Says, all right, I think I have enough Marines to make this work. And obviously, the really good part about how Byun opens, you know, with it being so safe, with him getting the factory first, and even the starport finishing before he lands that command center, is that these kind of attacks don't actually have that much threat against him, because the Marines are here. The Adepts can't really get through this wall. As oh. Oh, Byun set out. Oh, that's actually, that is really cool. Byun actually set these Widow Mines up in expecting this Oracle to try and go across the map and try and go into that main mineral line. Unfortunately, it did not. And so, ooh, nice catch there by Byun. As the Adepts here, one of them is going to get sniped. They are eventually going to shade on out. Oh, Byun. That pickup, so nice. I believe this Marine is going to also delay that command center going down, though. So very nicely done there by Creator with the Stasis Ward. And behind this is continuing up that Phoenix production. So Phoenix are going to be on the docket. It is not going to be anything super crazy deviation from last game, although we do see a robotics facility, which is the main difference there. I think Creator is saying, listen, those Cloak Banshees did way too much damage. Way too much damage last game, so I just want to get out an Observer. Is also going to be going into a robotics bay. And so we'll see whether that's going to be for disruptors, whether it's for Colossus, potentially. I mean, when you're already getting the Phoenix, of course, the Colossus, the counters that are available in terms of Vikings and units such as those are already limited. Just because, hey, you got the Phoenix. They can help counter that. They're going to take a lot of the fire unless the Terran manually clicks on the Colossus. That targeting will... ooh, nice catch there. Observer is going to go down as Creator is trying to take this third base. Immortal on the way immediately because obviously Creator wants to have that defensive unit, but I think Byun, and he is gearing up actually. 3 bases. No command center going down for Byun. He is getting ready for stim, combat shields. Widow Mines, the usual 6:45 timing that you see Terrans do. And it's going to be that Colossus coming on out. 4 Phoenix available now with the Oracle Creator going to get out on the map. Extended Thermal Lance started up. So yeah, I'm liking this. This game obviously a lot more even. Neither player really taking any losses in the early game in terms of economy. It's just been units traded, essentially. But Byun is gearing up. He's getting ready. +1 on the way. Combat shields, stim. You know, this is going to be a strong timing attack when Byun does decide to go for it. But it's also the question of, do you decide to pull the trigger here, or do you just say, listen, I feel like you're prepared. A Revelation goes down, scouts out most of this army. The only part that it doesn't is the few units positioned in case those Phoenix dive into the main base. And I don't feel like Byun right now is going to try and push this across the map. You know, it's a situation where he has his third base coming up. He wants to wait a little bit longer than you usually would. There we go. Phoenix move in actually right as the units that were defending against that move out. And now recall popped. Creator sees that there's nothing in the main and says, all right, you are obviously across the map. And right now that is true. Byun is preparing for this push, but a little bit indecisive. Doesn't want to commit just yet. And behind this, I mean, now Stasis Wards have been set up. 2 Colossus are out. There is a lot here for Creator to defend. You know, there's not a lot of anti-air options. There's the Raven with 2 disables, and that's really the only thing that Byun has to try and get rid of the Colossus. And I think Byun realizes, hey, this is really not going to work. So he just backs up. He's threatening it. He's going to keep, you know, Creator back at home, but there's not going to be any damage that can be found with this army. You know, it's not a lot of Marauders. It's just the Raven. But the third base is going to go down for Byun. He's going to start to get up this economy, start to work on just building up into a mid-game Terran army. Ghost Academy on the way. Is at 5 barracks. Obviously, we'll go up to, I imagine we'll go up to 8 pretty shortly here, and then you obviously add on your second Stargate as the kind of natural progression here for Terran to transition into the late game. But 3 Colossus out, Immortal production beginning, +1 in charge, Templar Archives, and yeah, just everything coming through for Creator. 4th base. He has been undisturbed this whole game, currently sitting at 65 workers. That's where he's comfortable at, full saturation on every base. Not going higher because he wants that extra supply cap available for units. So there we go. Enhanced Shockwave now coming through here for the Ghosts for Byun. It's going to add just so much more power to those Ghosts, alongside the Vikings. Obviously, you know, the medevac count is at 5. It's not the highest, obviously, for Byun. But it is a good enough count that this Viking transition doesn't feel like it's going to be stifling Byun in any way from building or from getting healing still from his medevacs. And just overall, he's just getting ready. He's just preparing. Both his players are sitting back, they're preparing. I'm trying to make it sound super hype, but you know, it's also just let's go. This is them. This is both players gearing up. They're preparing. Vikings patrolling in case there's anything that tries to make its way on into the main base. 4th command center is going to get set up. Nothing crazy here. If anyone's surprised by this, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But second robotics facility on the way. Disruptor production has begun. Creator is just getting as many forms of splash damage as he can. He already has Argons, already has Colossus. Says, you know what, disruptors are also good. And yes, that's very, very true. Oh, here we go. Byun finally going to start to push out. Is going to be able to snipe off a few Stalkers there. Obviously, no blink available. EMPs go down. A lot of those Zealots getting weakened up, as well as an anti-armor missile. Byun just trying to push this position by force. I mean, it's dangerous though. Look at that. Shield battery overcharge. The Phoenix just knocked down the Vikings. Now that you don't have that anti-air, you just have to back on up Byun. I mean, trying to make something work there, but not able to commit on in. Definitely not the attack that I think Byun was looking for. You know, you snipe a gas geyser, and in return, end up losing a whole lot of Vikings. Ghost even goes down actually in that engagement, and doesn't snipe off the Colossus, which I think is the big deal there. The Vikings were targeted onto them, but shield battery overcharge comes through. The Phoenix are pushed forward, and then from there, Creator is just able to handle that pressure just fine. His 5th base is now up for the Protoss. Byun still waiting on his own 4th. Has created a slight wall here to stop those run-bys. Definitely not a fun position for Byun. It is definitely not. Phoenix pushing down this, is that the only factory? Interesting. Byun right now is actually working on 0 factories. This is, what, 8 barracks? 8 barracks and 2 starports? That is really Byun's only production. As here we go, Creator's actually pushing on in. Disruptor shot is going to get a massive connection. Byun finally going to split away from the second one, but there's also a third. The splits though are just gorgeous. From Byun is going to be able to push back the army. The Colossus is getting a little bit low. The Vikings fighting the Phoenix straight up. That disruptor shot goes out again. The Phoenix are going to start to get knocked down. Byun, he says he can push this, and that disruptor shot is just going to shut him down. Byun not splitting his units properly, only gets rid of one of the Phoenix, or one of the Colossus. Vikings trying to take advantage of the dead airspace there. This is a planetary fortress that has finished. It's hard for... Ooh, another one. Bit of damage there. Some Marauders go down. One disruptor is caught, though, on the rally. But, you know, this is a planetary fortress. It is so hard to fight this position here for Creator. Byun now pushing down and try and find the attack. Those Disruptor Novas, though, they're just finding so much value here with each shot. It is not, I mean, a winning fight here, at least for Byun. As Creator is also working on a 6th base behind this, taking it, you know, kind of on the opposite side of where this pressure is happening. As I do like this here from Byun, just pushed a few units forward, snipes off a singular disruptor. SCVs being sacrificed to the Protoss gods. Byun here is in a very awkward position. He has to be so careful. I mean, this bio army, it's not that big. If he gets caught out, if any of these Purification Novas connect like that one, then this could just go south here for Byun. He's sniping off a lot of disruptors. He's trying to snipe off as many units as possible. But this is, I mean, it's not the fight you want to take. Byun losing out in supply. Medivacs getting chased down. They're not going to go down, though. +3 weapons on the way for Creator, +2 armor as well. And now Creator's just going to push this across the map. He says, Byun, you've used up so much here. I don't think you have a lot at home. And he's absolutely correct. Dark Templar are going to get found out. They're immediately going to be morphed as SCVs have been pulled, but that Purification Nova. Oh. Just finds so much damage. I mean, immediately in front of those, the bulk of those SCVs. Knocked down, a lot of units lost. Warpins coming through, 2 Colossus at a time being produced. And for Byun, I mean, he's getting into Liberators. That's going to be the next part of this game, but that pressure, was it worth it? I don't know. I mean, Creator, he's on 6 bases behind this. Creator is consistently producing and has a massive economy. This is looking scary here for Byun, and you know, without the factory, obviously, I mean, tanks would not help. They help on the defense, but they would not help with that push. With so many charge lots, Widow Mines as well, easily kited out. Byun, though, going with just no factories is so interesting, as doesn't have another gas there on that 4th base. Byun, I mean, doesn't need it, obviously. Terran does not use a lot of gas up in general. He's not very gas intensive, especially with this army composition that Byun is rocking with. And here we go. Look at this. Army split up here for Byun. Is going to try and fight on the high ground where obviously Disruption Novas can't reach you. Center tower going to go down. High ground vision being given. That Colossus is stepping a bit far forward though. Byun trying to snipe it down, is not going to be able to. The blink forward from Creator. He's up 20 army supply right now, saying, listen, I think I got a position. And he's absolutely right. Purification Nova goes out. Pick up. He's going to be able to dodge most of the damage. Byun just runs into the Purification Nova. And Creator should be able to just win this game off the back of that. GG. Creator going to tie us up. Byun. Early SCV here, just going to try and deny the Nexus. It's going to be an Engineering Bay block. Obviously, NG Bay is just the fastest building that Terran have. That just means that it gets the most HP per second out of any of the buildings. As Creator is trying to return the favor, it doesn't work out that good. Does get a lot of return damage though as the cancel comes through. Creator, it's not really going to be slowed down. The next is not going to be slowed down altogether that much. And so we're on to Moondance. Welcome. Great map. Love it. I love this map. Give me just 1 second here. I'm going to turn something off. There we go. I do use Enu's observing because obviously he's just so much better than me. So I have to turn off my mouse so you guys don't get distracted by my mouse just sitting like in the bottom left-hand corner. I just hover on the scoreboard. I don't want you to be distracted by that. Anyway. Normal builds here. Actually, Byun. Ooh, interesting. Byun going for a CC first after Barracks. Not usually what he does. Not standard. Not the norm, but I think this is obviously a map where you can do it. Moondance, the real, I think what Terrans have been using the most, have been using to their advantage the most on this map, is the fact that, hey, you got this proxy base. It's essentially a full base. It is only 6 instead of 8 mineral patches, so you lose out on 2 mineral patches, and a gas. But as Terran, you don't actually really need that 4th gas. Unless you're going a super, like, gas-intensive composition, like mech, or you're going for what? A battle cruiser rush? I don't know. You're going mech, maybe. You don't actually need that 4th gas geyser, so it's not that bad to take that pocket expansion, that pocket 3rd, because you're getting essentially the same minerals up until you add on, what, 2 more mineral patches? So up to 12 workers, it's pretty much the same. And so Terrans have been using that, and you get these really strong timing attacks off of 3 bases because of that. Now, Creator is going to try and slow down his opponent's economy. Has this proxy Stargate. Byun, I think, did skip the Reaper, right? Yeah, no Reaper. So Byun has not gone any scouting this game, and this is something that Byun does when he goes CC first. He doesn't actually get a Reaper. He goes very quickly into this 3 racks to apply pressure. Now, does he have Marines in the main? There's 3. It is definitely not enough to really knock down the Oracle, so this is going to be risky here as Creator's going to fly on in. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, oh, no, it's 5 Marines, actually. A few there hidden by the SCVs, so Byun is going to be able to push back the Oracle, but the Adepts down here are another story as we're going to see a lot of those Marines go down. The Oracle now joining up with them. I believe Creator has scouted the fact that this is 3 racks. I don't think this should be some sort of crazy revelation for Creator when it comes across the map. He's seen all 3 barracks. He's seen the stim pack. Missile turret immediately going up there for Byun. Obviously, has that engineering bay for +1. You know, this is Byun just really. I mean, he knows this. He knows this 3 racks time. Byun does 3 racks. It is like the back of his hand. He knows it so well. But Byun does manage to stave off the pressure. Does a very good job. There's 3 Oracles just being sneaky, trying to poke around a little bit. They're not really going to find altogether that much success. And I don't think the 3 racks is actually going to find that much damage. Is it going to find damage? No. It's just Marines. I don't think it's going to. I mean, Adepts are out. There are 3 oracles. Even with stim pack, you know, these Marines, they're just not going to be that successful. As Byun, he's going to push it across the map, and obviously, you know, if Creator is caught out of position, you can stim it, and, you know, like here, actually. Byun's just going to stim on in. He's going to knock down, a Zealot, an Adept, a few Stalkers, gets an Oracle. Creator fighting into the stim pack. He's going to lose another Adept. He's going to lose a Sentry. The targeting from Byun. Oh, my. I think that's a better trade than Byun probably could have hoped for there. Actually, really decent. Obviously, still, it's overall resources lost for Byun, but able to thin down that army that Creator was building, knock down a few of the oracles. Hey, it's pretty successful there. You know, it's at least something. Obviously, the worst case scenario is that Stalkers just kite that out. There's a shield battery, and then the Marines either all get picked off or Byun just has to go back. More Marines gonna go across the map, though. Byun not gonna let up. This +1 is on the way. Blink. Creator is actually getting ready to go into Blink Stalkers here. So look at that. Medivacs coming across the map. We have Marauders now added on in with this army. Stim forward. Blink is not done. 2 Stalkers immediately going to be sniped. And uh-oh, Creator, where's your army? He was not ready for round 2. He was not ready for Byun to just commit in again. And now shield battery overcharges. Pop pylon goes down. Workers are pulled, but Byun just stims backwards. Man, Byun just does things. GG. Creator taps out. Byun gets game 3. But Byun on match point. 2-1-up, 3 racks works out extremely well. Kills Creator on 2 bases. And as I was saying in the intermission, you just kind of, it's how the 3 racks works. If you trade off units, well, guess what? You're going to have a lot more ready. And so Byun then prepares for the second phase of that, adds on Marauders, adds on Medivacs, and says, oh, wow, look at that. I can kill you. And he's absolutely right. He can. Because Creator traded out so much of his army earlier on and just really didn't have anything to replenish it, you know? The production for the Protoss at that point in the game was not a lot. There was not a lot there. And interestingly enough, we go to another map where, of course, there is going to be a pocket expansion. And Byun is actually just going to take this one right away. It is a full mineral base. And again, this is another map, Stargazers, where Terrans can just say, all right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a pocket expansion. I'm going to be pretty happy with taking this pocket expansion. And when I get my 3rd base and my natural spot, where at the natural base location, the standard, I should say the standard natural base position, you have a 3 base economy that is very, very safe. And then taking that 4th base, you know, which is, especially in the late game, the most important part for the Terrans, getting up to 4 bases, is you can do a lot off 4 bases. Ideally, you want to get up to 5, but you can go to 4. And that is a much easier task than it would be before. As we're just watching this probe. Look at him. He's keeping an eye out. But interestingly enough, Byun, 3rd racks, or 3rd command center is going down with a 2nd barracks. So this is a bit of, again, another variation here on the 3 racks, where Byun is going for a very, very early economic opening. Early 3CC. This is something that he hasn't done in the first 2 games. Especially even in the 2nd game, you know, sure, he went CC first, but he didn't add on that 3rd command center. And so this is just a bit of variation here. And I'm liking it here from Byun. He's going to float on over that command center, make sure that he gets that mining going as soon as possible. And as for Creator, Blink is on the way. 2 gateways. And Creator is like, yeah, you know what? I am going to put a bit of onus here in the Blink Stalkers. I think I can do it off 2 bases, try and find some damage, and he might just be right. You know? What is this going to be? 3-gate Blink Stalker? 3-gate Blink Stalker, especially against Marines that might not have stim yet. And let's say it's actually going to be 4-gate Creator. Setting up a proxy pylon can get a gateway set up there for those quick warp ins. But this is a situation where this could start to get a little bit scary for Byun. You're just working with his 3 racks. And especially off of that very, very early 3rd command center, but bunker going down actually. Does Byun? What has Byun seen? He hasn't seen anything. That's crazy. Byun hasn't actually seen anything. And he says, yeah, no, bunker. He just knows. He knows. He has the intuition. Now, obviously, there is no bunker here at this pocket expansion. That's where the Stalkers are going to initially blink on up. There are a lot of Marines here, though. No stim for them, so the Stalkers are just going to fight straight up. But the target fire here for Byun. Immediately going to get rid of 2 of them. 3rd doesn't go down before the blink out comes through. Starport now on the way, though. Byun. The start to that Blink Stalker aggression immediately shut down. And Crater's going to swing around here to this main base. And lo and behold, there's going to be a bunker. So, yeah. Not really any options here for Creator. Byun, man, just knows what's happening. The immediate response here from Creator is actually just to place down a 4th base. Which is... yes? I'm not sure. A 4th Nexus immediately going down. Creator saying, yeah, no, you're playing safe. I have my Blink Stalkers contain you. He's just going to try and essentially contain the Terran, use the Blink Stalkers to pick off units, and get up a very, very quick 4-base economy that he can snowball into a massive gateway army. With charge on the way, more gateways coming down. This could actually work here for Creator. And Creator, it's always felt like he knows Stargazers. It has always felt like Creator just knows this map and knows how to play on it well. He's beaten Maru on this map. It's just... he knows it. And you can really tell here, 5 gateways on the way. And Byun is not really getting out on the map. There's no options for him to, as immediately a Stalker, a 3rd, is going to go down. This was not the blink up that Creator needed. He's just going to lose so much here. Sure, he's trading out against the army, but more can come down. This is not... This is not, I think, the blink up that Creator wanted. He's going to have to back on out, blinks back, loses quite a few Stalkers, and now Byun has set up his own 3rd base. But, as we mentioned, 4-base economy here for Creator. He's going to be going up to, 10 gateways? Finally adding on his robotics facility, but that's not obviously going to be really used for much else than a Warp Prism and some observers. Forge on the way, of course, for upgrades, but Creator, he's going to ground pound this. It's going to be a lot of ground units. It's going to be a lot of Stalkers, a lot of Zealots especially. This Creator forced to use both blinks there. But Ghost Academy on the way. Armory as well, so +2 can be started up as soon as the armor upgrade is finished. Nice blink away there. Concussive Shell as well for Byun. He's just building up as strong of an army as he can, and that's really all he can do, because right now Creator is coming across the map with such strong of an army here for Creator. And the Widowmine count, it's not really that high. Zealots are even going to be peeled off into the main. This is just, or into the natural. Oh, there's actually units there already for Byun. But is he going to be ready for this? This main army. There's just so much for Creator and Byun. He just have to back on up. He has a 4th command center on the way, but a 4th command center, Byun, you need to deal with this army first. He's going to be able to pull back, shave off a lot of the shields of those Zealots. Actually, so far, not a bad start. More units being peeled off once again to go to that the pocket expansion to defend it. Shield Battery also helping out with that. Behind this, there are Colossus in production. 10 more Zealots being warped in at a time. Byun, he just doesn't have. He doesn't have Widow Mines. He doesn't have really anything here to help out. Widow Mines actually have just now finished. They do have cloaking, but look how many Zealots there are. Widow Mine shots get so much value though. A lot of these Zealots getting very, very low. EMP weakens a lot of them up as well. The shields are gone, and Creator. This is the difficulty of attacking into Stargazers. This is technically a 3-base Terran, but you're attacking to the choke point of the natural expansion. And it makes it so hard for Creator to push in there. The Widowmine splash, the EMPs just get so much value in Creator. He's going to have to back on up. Behind this, though, he places down a 5th base. Ooh, missile turret's gonna knock down the Warp Prism. And yeah, I mean, Byun just cleans that up nicely. EMP's the mineral line, Widow Mine cleans up the ones that are pushing into the choke point, and now Creator just gonna have to pull back and kind of reassess. Now, the good news for Creator is obviously Byun has not scouted out this Colossus tech. Byun does not know about this Colossus tech, and that is very, very risky. For Byun, this is a situation where if he's not ready, if he pushes across the map and just runs into this Colossus without being prepared, you know, Creator can just immediately swing a fight, can immediately just win one with that splash damage available. But +2/+2 on the way for Byun, and Creator, he's only working on his +1. I think this is the real issue here for Creator, is you went for this build. I think the idea of it was very, very good, where, all right, yeah, you get up, you know, a massive gateway army, you attack, but that works into a 4th base. Byun was able to have most of his army set up in choke points at his natural location at that 3rd. And so this build, it doesn't end up working. You forego upgrades because of that. And now suddenly you're going to be looking at a 2/2 Terran, a 2/2 Bio, essentially pushing out across the map. And what does Creator have? Well, he does finally have disruptors. That is the saving grace here for Creator, is these disruptors. But Byun, look at this. He's splitting up his army already. He's going to clean up as much vision as he can. He's pushing back Creator's vision past that halfway point. So now Creator kind of stuck into these 5 bases. Not really a lot of knowledge of where Byun's units are. Byun going to try and push here. Ooh, gets a Zealot, but cannons have been put up. Oh, Byun, no way. He's just going to boost on into the main base. At the same time, pushing down at the 5th location. What is there to defend that? I mean, it's a Stalker. It's Colossus. Oh, the focus fire on the Disruptor. The Colossus also goes down, but the Zealot's finding a lot of value, as now Byun trying to push on into the main. Oh, all those units get cleaned up there at the 5th, and Byun, I mean, honestly, does he just pick up here and then drop it back onto the 4th base? I think, yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. Drops onto the cannons. But there's just so much static defense here for Creator. It makes it so hard for Byun to try and find any damage, and the splash damage from the Colossus. I mean, sure, it's 2/2 Bio, but still they do get absolutely shredded. These Marauders trying their absolute best here to find some damage. 13 probes go down, though. And actually, more Marauders can't come in here, clean up the rest of the Stalkers, find a few more probes. Eventually, Byun does just pick up and get out. As Byun drops back in, loses a full medevac there, does hurt just a little bit. +2 now on the way for Creator. But I mean, it's just in time with Byun's 3/3. Ship weapons as well. Liberator starting up to help deal with the Disruptors. Shadow Stride for Creator. Byun has got himself up to a 5th base. 5th command center is being built. It's on, you know, this is a situation where now Byun's economy is going to start to explode. It's going to start to get so much stronger. And I mean, sure, eventually Byun doesn't, you know, lose those trades, doesn't exactly get that much damage. He gets, you know, a few workers, but at this point in the game, Creator can easily replenish that. As these Marauders are still just being annoying. They're just being so annoying for Creator to deal with. But Byun, I mean, really what he allowed himself to do was get into these Liberators. He allowed himself time to get his upgrades finished, add on additional command centers, build up his economy at home to a point where Byun's going to start to win this income advantage, this mining war. He's actually at an income advantage. He is mining more minerals per minute than his opponent. Disruptor shot. Good splits there from Byun. 5 disruptors out. EMPs whiffing just a little bit. They get a lot of shields off some units, but not nearly enough. Is that disruption? Oh my, Byun. Almost just gave me a heart attack. But focuses it down in time, says, no, that was all calculated, don't worry. He's absolutely right. Now going to pick up a drop. Knows there's no vision for his opponent. Going to try and find this one into the main base. See what production he can knock down. As Byun, I mean, right now, so many CCs. 4 have been built on top of the 8 that he already has. 2 more as well on the way, as Pylon's going to get focused down. Robotics Bay actually might go down here in the Robotics Bay. Of course, that does allow the Disruptor production, but Byun, he's just stimming on into the mineral line. Oh, the Forge is going to go down. That's Creator's only Forge. That is not good here for the Protoss. He's working on 1 Forge. He's working on 1 upgrade at a time. Archon is also going to go down. Oh, Byun finding so much value here with this drop. Snipes off a Disruptor as well. As you know, as you guys noticed in chat, even snipes off the energy of the Nexus, so there's no recall. And now cleans up the attack back in his main. Blink Stalkers, though, are going to be able to clean up this force here on the bottom side of the map. Byun does pick up before that loss gets too much. And Byun right now, he is trying to snowball this game with just pressure absolutely everywhere. As these bio units, they're just not dying. They have 3-3. They're so strong. Dark Templar are eventually going to be able to clean it up. But Creator, he has lost so much supply. He has lost so many valuable units. He's down to 2 Stalkers. He's down to 4 Disruptors. 62 probes to the 84 SCVs of Byun, who is now on to 6 bases. 6 bases on a 7-base map. Or on a 13-base map. And Creator, he hasn't taken that pocket expansion. You know, he hasn't felt safe doing so. Here we go, Creator. I mean, this is it. This is your shot. You got to try and find this fight. Disruption Novas are being dodged. Byun, he's not taking this engagement before he has to, and he's going to make Creator fight into these planetary fortresses, into the static defense that Byun has already set up. As Ghost getting caught out. Didn't have enough energy for the EMPs, and behind this Creator obviously doesn't want to end the game because behind this he's putting down the gold base. And if that gold base goes up, it might be enough for Creators to start to swing this, but it feels like it might be a little bit too far past gone unless he's able to find some significant damage here with this attack. Has DTs. It's going to be able to start to focus down the planetary. It falls. Byun backing up. Byun setting up a surround. Byun coming in for the surround. Splits from the first Purification Nova. Splits from the second. I mean, Creator just trying to retreat. Finally gets a good connection there with the Disruptors on this retreat, as Stalkers are pulled to stop the Vikings there from knocking down the Colossus. And Curie's trying to handle this retreat the best he can, but here we go, Byun, he's just stimming on in. Disruptors are gonna go down. They're focused. The EMPs reveal the Dark Templars, the Colossus, they don't do enough damage, and Byun runs through Cure. GG. Well, WW.